home of credible, factual and balanced news coverage. We pride ourselves as the nation's most trusted news source. Because of this, our brand is likely to be used to spread fake news. To verify our stories, please check our various social media pages, visit our website on www.ayvnews.com or send us an email to info@ayvnews.com.
Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day.
AYV is your home of credible, factual and balanced news coverage. We pride ourselves as the nation's most trusted news source. Because of this, our brand is likely to be used to spread fake news. To verify our stories, please check our various social media pages, visit our website on www.ayvnews.com or send us an email to info@ayvnews.com. AYV is your home of credible, factual and balanced news coverage. We pride ourselves as the nation's most trusted news source. Because of this, our brand is likely to be used to spread fake news. To verify our stories, please check our various social media pages, visit our website on www.ayvnews.com or send us an email to info@ayvnews.com.
Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day. Get all your breaking, factual and balanced local and international news from AYV Direct to your mobile phone via SMS. To subscribe on AfriSoul, send star to 298 and stay connected for only 300 leones per day.
You are watching AYV Television.
Good evening. This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. I am Olanke Olukolia. Let's start with tonight's headlines.
EDSA presents a budget of 1.3 trillion to Ministry of Finance for 2022 to 2023 fiscal year.
To provide reliable and sustainable power supply in terms of also increasing access to certain communities.
3 political parties disassociate themselves from the consortium of progressive political parties.
Disassociation from the impersonation made by the former Secretary General Al-Haji Ben Kamara.
Frabe College Students' Union government launches campaign against exam malpractice.
Country, administrators, parents, and those of us that are students aren't ready to fight against it.
Now for the full news.
Political parties have expressed dissatisfaction over the unofficial representation of some illegal members that signed on behalf of their various political parties to be part of the consortium of progressive political parties. Therefore, C4C, ADP and PDP have officially disassociated themselves from the consortium of progressive political parties henceforth. Aliu Alvin Kabu reports.
A few weeks back, 10 out of the 17 political parties in Sierra Leone signed a memorandum of understanding to be part of the consortium of political parties. But 3 out of the 10 political parties have disassociated themselves from the consortium. Sanyama Founding is the coordinator of Coalition for Change Party, and he explained the party's decision on the issue.
Dissociation of the C4C party from the signing of the MOU of COP signed by Dr. Sandy, injuncted by the High Court of Sierra Leone. The C4C party is an independent, legally registered political party in Sierra Leone. Dr. Sandy and other members of the party have been injuncted by the High Court of Sierra Leone and from taking and carrying out any activity of the C4C party pending the determination of the matter before the court. Hence, Dr. Sandy signing the COP MOU is not only considered a violation of the court orders, the court injunction, and thereby bringing the party's image into disrepute, but also gives his activities as illegal.
Even though some of these are evidence of disunity, but Prince Koka happens to be the chairman of All Political Party Association, and his party was also affected.
The People's Democratic Party PDP survey, press statement. Disassociation from the impersonation made by the former Secretary General Al-Haji Ben Kamara and Almami Bangura on a non-conventional member to sign a memorandum of understanding on the 13th September 2021 with the so-called consortium of progressive political parties, without the attention of the National Executive Committee of the PDP survey. The PDP survey party is seriously angry over the impersonation of a man by the name of Almami Bangura, who is not a member of our beloved party, going and signing documents claiming to be the head of the party. This man, Almami Bangura, has never been a member of our party and is collaborating with the suspended National Secretary General Al-Haji Ben Kamara.
The Deputy Secretary General, Sierra Leone People's Party, Sheku Lexmon Koma, was part of the conference to show solidarity with the affected parties. The affected political parties therefore warn all their members to disassociate from the act of representing the party illegally. Ali Alvin Kagbo, AYV News, Freetown.
The Frabe College Students' Union government has launched a campaign against examination malpractice ahead of next week's second semester examinations for students. The president of the body, Adama Sila, said this is a wake-up call for all to embrace the fight and serve as role models. Ransford McLean has more.
That was the pronouncement on the official launch of Campaign Against Exam Malpractice for students at Fabe College in the country. While speaking on the importance of holding the engagement, Ibrahim Sawane, guest speaker, says the fight against examination malpractice should be a national call, adding that there are components that need to be done for it to be achieved.
Country, administrators, parents, and those of us that are students aren't ready to fight against it, I am afraid the very object of education would be affected. And you may not want to leave the university and go down and they ask you, which university are you coming from? And you tell them, I'm coming from Fabe College, and they make a statement. Their products aren't performing at all.
Minister of Education, Fabe College Student Union Government, Alfred Sisse, speaks on the importance of holding these engagements with their colleagues ahead of their examination.
We have seen that students who have engaged in examination malpractice all through, when they leave university through that process, they can't deliver when they go down. And we know that Fabe College is responsible to provide the human resource of this nation. It is the backbone of this particular nation. And if we come here as students and engage in exam malpractice, what do we hope to deliver? What do we hope to give out there when we become leaders tomorrow? So for us, we think that it is most important that we engage students to see reasons as to why we all should not engage in exam malpractice. It was once said that if you want to destroy a nation, you do not need an atomic bomb, you do not need a missile, just kill education.
The current president of Fabe College Students Union Government, Adam Asila, says though they are looking on the welfare of students on campus, but all need to put effort during exam. She re-emphasized the responsibility that students should put on during examination so that they will come out with flying colors.
It means the fact that we want to lobby the administration to extend the examination date. We believe that students as well have a responsibility, especially during examination, and that is not to engage in any form of examination malpractice. Already previous speakers have highlighted the challenges we face, or we are presently facing, with students who see it as if it's normal.
It was revealed during the engagement that students in Fabe College will hold their second semester examination on Monday, the 28th of this month. Ransford McLean, AYV News, Freetown.
The Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, Honorable Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, has arrived with his delegation in the Republic of Cape Verde. The Speaker is heading the delegation on a fact-finding mission in the country ahead of its forthcoming elections. The delegation will gather information from stakeholders on electoral processes with the view of identifying the good as well as the short possible comments. The aim of the mission, according to Speaker Tunis, is to ensure peaceful conduct of a free and fair election. Our parliamentary reporter, Joseph Johnson, is with the delegation in Cape Verde and will be bringing updates as things unfold there.
We are on the parliamentary fact-finding mission to Cape Verde. As you know, October, this country will be having a presidential election. And as parliamentarians and as the community parliament, we find it necessary for us to come in to look at the electoral processes, to engage stakeholders, engage government, civil society organizations, political parties, and even the presidential candidates in a bid to ensure that there is peace and security to the entire electoral process, and also to ensure that the region remains peaceful, and to encourage during the mission government and the electoral commission to ensure that they conduct a free and fair elections. That's why we are here.
The Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, says government has spent 3 billion leones in establishing a special joint field task force on electricity theft and other related electricity crimes. Alhaji Kanja Sise further stated that 62 crimes have been recorded and suspects have been arrested for electricity theft. He was speaking during the unveiling of the task force at the Ministry of Information and Communications at U Building in Freetown. Here's a story compiled by Mohamed Lamin Bania and read by Aliyu Alvin Kagbo in the studio.
Energy generation, distribution and transformation has been a capital-intensive project for every government. In Sierra Leone, illegal connection, transformer vandalization and electricity crime over the years have been posing a serious threat to universal access to electricity. The establishment of the Special Joint Task Force, among other things, is to expedite prosecution process and increase revenue of EDSA and prioritize electricity. Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, said low revenue acquired despite lots of money invested by the government to increase electricity. Informed the establishment of the Joint Task Force.
Developed a budget of about 3 billion, but this first phase is 1.5 billion and it's for 6 months. All right? 62 crimes. Who are they? I cannot tell you who are they. They range from private, domestic consumers to factories and industries.
Alhaji Kanja Sise went on to say, aside from the 62 crime recorded, over the electricity theft suspects have been arrested, adding that under President Bio administration, the ministry, through the Chief Justice, has set up 6 special electricity crime courts.
The essence here is, once people are arrested, they should be subjected to a fast-track court system, whereby they will be charged, sent to court, and then imprisoned or fined, as the case may be.
While deliberating on the need for the special task force, other stakeholders, inclusive of police, ONS, internal affairs, and defense ministry, all pledging their commitment to the eradication of electricity theft.
The Ministry of Defense is fully committed to this process, and we will go extra mile to ensure that we achieve our goals.
As this operation commenced, we have activated our national situation room, and that situation room is now run on a 24/7 basis. We also have access to 2 free lines of 119.
Please embrace this task force so that we can turn around Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is the only country we can boast of. You go to Guinea today, you are a stranger. In Liberia, you are a stranger.
Aliyu Alvin Kagbo, AYV News.
The Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority has presented a budget of 1.3 trillion leones to the Ministry of Finance for 2022 to 2023. This includes revenue generation, upgrades of electricity distribution, and tracking down illegal electricity connection. Mohamed Bakar Kamara has more.
The Electricity Distribution Supply Authority budget hearing at the Ministry of Finance focuses on revenue collection, rehabilitation, strengthening and expansion of the distribution and supply of electricity in the country. The presentation revealed that overdue debts from MDAs and domestic public customers present huge challenge to the authority and electricity theft. This according to Mustafa Sano, Chief Finance Officer of ETSA.
To provide reliable and sustainable power supply, in terms of also increasing access to certain communities, Hastings, beyond Waterloo, Devils, there are certain areas that are still not being covered by EXA. To pursue loss reduction by 5% and allocating resources for a minimum investment of 100 billion in the distribution, supply, and commercial infrastructure. So we are also looking at every year we want to make the concerted effort to reduce the line losses. And when we reduce the line losses, right, it improves our revenue, and then it gives the ability of EXA to evacuate more power to communities that are require or want those power. To improve on the corporate governance structure.
Giving an insight on the budget presented by ETSA, Matthew Sandi, Director of Public Debt Management at the Ministry of Finance, said there are technical issues they need to sort out with EDSA before the final approval of the budget.
The key highlights of the EDSA budget is, one, we noticed that EDSA services are fundamental for government, and in terms of the macro-wide efficiency of the economy, their outputs will translate directly into increased productivity. One, if they minimize their losses and their costs, it will help the economy to be productive, it will help the economy to generate more real output, which is beneficial. But we have not seen that 100%. We see that time consistency in their revenue projection has not been coming forth. They have been projecting higher revenues, but at the end of the day, their actual collection has fallen short of their projection. But at the same time, riding back on their higher revenues, expenditures have been growing quite sharply, which we think is not credible. So we have noted those fundamental points in their budget submission. And the next thing is we want their budget to be more comprehensive.
In another news, the Ministry of Works and Public Assets also presented a budget of 27.896 billion euros for the infrastructural development of the country. For AYV News, I am Mohamed Bakar Kamara, reporting in Freetown.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has handed over 11 assorted donated medical equipment from the Embassy of the Republic of Sierra Leone in Kuwait. This is to support the health sector, especially on eye issues. The equipment are biometric analyzer, OCU scan, advanced hybrid system, among others. This ophthalmology diagnostic medical equipment is to support the health system in the country. Ransford Lubimedziga has more.
This donation by the Republic of Sierra Leone's embassy to the state of Kuwait is in line with boosting the health system in the country. These ophthalmology diagnostic medical equipments and other related items will be used to help people who are challenged with their eyesight. Handing over these items to the responsible ministry, the acting Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mamadi Gobe Kamara, expressed gratitude to the Embassy of Kuwait and also, in extension, to Dr. Khalid Al-Sabti for taking out their time to put these items together in cushioning the effects of the health system in the country.
We're here witnessing yet another of the Kuwaiti government support in the health sector. And this time around, in the form of donation of ophthalmic diagnostic medical equipment consisting of 11 medical items under the auspices of Dr. Khalid Sabti and team of the Kuwaiti Specialized Eye Center in the state of Kuwait. Like Madam Deputy Director noted, this support or this help could not have come at a better time. We are, as a government, in the development agenda, and we want to make sure that no aspect of our interventions, especially the health sector, is left out. So we appreciate this donation, and I want to believe that the ministry in charge of this wonderful donation will make sure that these facilities or these items are used for their intended purposes.
Receiving these items, the Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation noted that this support will go a very long way in helping the country, especially those that are challenged with their eyesight. The Deputy Minister emphasized the importance of the bilateral relation between Sierra Leone and Kuwait, admonished them to continue to help in this sector so as to give a facelift to the ministry.
So we are really happy that we are getting this type of equipment, assorted equipment. We will receive them and we give the assurance to the people of Kuwait and the government of Kuwait that we will make the best use of this equipment in our various health facilities. I thank them very much, and quite honestly, like I said, this is a philanthropic service they have rendered to us. We will take the items to the ministry and we will distribute them equitably, and then we'll make sure we make the best use of this equipment.
Lansford Louis Metzger, AYV News in Freetown.
Promoting an open and transparent parliament is key among the prerequisites to enhancing democratic good governance. It is against this backdrop that the Parliamentary Network Africa has engaged civil society organizations and journalists on networking and promoting their advocacy skills. Ronald Jomorovia was part of the training at Country Lodge and filed in this report.
The Parliamentary Network Africa is a conveyor of civil society organizations and journalists across Africa with the aim of promoting parliamentary openness, transparency, and the involvement of citizens in the work of Parliament. The engagement with CSOs and the media is part of the Open Parliament Engagement and Networking West Africa project that seeks to capacitate and strengthen CSO activists and journalists in West African region.
The idea is that after these training and capacity building workshops, various country civil society organizations should be able to build networks that could help them work better with their respective national legislature. We are also looking at ways to support journalists, especially those who report from Parliament, to work better with their respective national parliaments. And this is happening across, the West African region. So working together collaboratively as network is always very important for parliamentary advocacy. That's why we are promoting this. There are many best examples and best practices that have succeeded in other jurisdictions, and we think it is important to lift some of these best practices, bring them to their local situation.
The engagement provided the knowledge and skills required by CSOs and journalists to enhancing their relationship with Parliament to promoting good governance. What are important is such networking.
It's good to monitor because, like you rightly said, our work can't move if we don't engage them. And we have to come from an informed position, meaning you have to understand what your constitution of the country says and the standing on that.
We look at the network really to be like a pressure group. How do we ensure that we bring radical reforms within the system? Engaging with them might play a complementary role in terms of, especially in terms of those thematic civil society working on those issues, as Cecilia mentioned. For example, when it comes in terms of extracting, engaging with witness might provide that support so that we will provide that evidence, that information that will enable them to take critical decisions that will affect the sector they're actually looking at. So for us, it is good, and we think it will support and complement the role of Parliament in terms of...
I think what is left for Sierra Leone is for citizens to join forces together to demand standards. And not beyond demanding standards, for citizens to join forces together, to create a society that they want and demand that that society that they crave for is being realized.
Sierra Leone is the third country in the region, after Ghana and Liberia, to benefit from such engagements. Ronald Jomovia, AYV News, Freetown.
In our court update this evening, the High Court of the Judiciary of Sierra Leone has commenced the September criminal sessions presided by Honorable Justice Alusine Sise. This month's criminal call-out has 96 cases in total. Our reporter Sheku Muhammad Sila has more.
Honorable Justice Alusine Sise said that judges cannot try accused persons without jurors, as they are important in every trial and they can only appeal to them to assist them in order for justice to be done. He says that it is not a burden and that the master and registrar will have told them that there is much more improvement in the judiciary as they are now looking into their concerns. Justice Alusine Sise appealed to them, the jurors, to help them in their work to see that matters come to an end, and assures them that they will look into their concerns. Ask them to be punctual as they will be assigning them to various justices. Justice Alusine Sise told the master that those jurors that are absent, they must have good reasons for being absent, but even though it is not a reason for them to be absent, as he will be flexible, give a bench warrant for them. During the call-over, one accused person named Francis Indolo Bondo Johnson stood before Justice Alusine Sise on a one-count charge. Statement of offense reads house breaking and larceny contrary to Section 21 of the Licensing Act of 1916, and the particulars of offense that Francis Indolo Bondof Johnson on the 28th December 2020 break and enter into the house of Emmanuel Momo Mansari and stole one mattress valued 550,000 leones and other assaulted items, a total of 2,500,000 leones, property of Emmanuel Momo Mansari, and he pleaded not guilty. When he was asked by Justice Alusine Sisi, he said that he has been in custody for 9 months. In the dock, he identified himself as a teacher, and Justice Alusine Sisi said, how will he feel standing for trial and his pupil or student are aware their teacher has been brought to court for housebreaking? When he was asked by Justice Alusine Sisi why he was accused for such crime, he told the court, not under oath, they have alleged that he is a thief and he was a co-tenant in the said place of the incident, and he said it was because of his mother-in-law that he went to Waterloo to stay with his family, and he was going to the said place frequently together with his wife and children, and that he had never been a thief, neither gone to prison. He was denied bail. Sheikh Mohammed Sileh, AYV News, Freetown.
This is Primetime News on AYV Television and Radio. Stay tuned for more stories after the break.
Been looking for a place to get quality education but don't know how or where? Canadian College of Modern Technology, situated at 1 Silicon Hills, Mile 91, opposite former Camp Charlie, is the right place for you. Canadian College of Modern Technology, an affiliate of Jala University, is a fully accredited college with a Tertiary Education Commission, TEC, and a National Commission for Technical, Vocational, and Other Academic Awards, NCTVA. We provide world-class tertiary education in computer science, business administration, mass communication, business information technology, Microsoft Server Administration, networking, database administration, building and construction, and other professional courses. Apart from its conducive environment, which makes it suitable for learning, Canadian College of Modern Technology is proud of its experienced local and international staffs. Come and experience a transformational learning environment, fully equipped with CCTV cameras, a world-class electronic library with the latest iMac computers for collaborative learning and research, and access to high-speed internet service throughout the campus. And guess what? Canadian College of Modern Technology is the first college in Sierra Leone to operate the first educational purpose-only television and radio station for its mass communication students. Come and be part of this historic experience. We have reserved a space for you. You want to know more? CCMC provides 24 hours electricity from a solar harvest power supply system with a backup generator. This highly secure campus also have a canteen, student hostels with clean pipe-borne water. Canadian College offers many more amenities for our students to help make learning a good experience. For more information, contact us on these numbers: 079-630-407 or 099-140-208. If you want to succeed, Canadian College will exceed your expectations. Canadian College of Modern Technology, a place where career begins.
Welcome back. I am Malaika Olukolia and this is AYV's Primetime News. Let's take more stories. The family of Saren Idaho, one of the two men wrongly deported from the U.S. to Sierra Leone in August 2019, is calling on the government and the international community to facilitate his return to his home country. The wife of Mr. Idaho, Mwanda Benzina Idaho, says it is unfair that her husband has been held up in a strange land for over 2 years. Salifu Chino Kamara filed in this report.
This is Saren Idaho, sitting helpless with packs of medical drugs littered all around him. His wrong deportation left him stuck in Sierra Leone and has been away from his family for over 2 years now. Saren's wife, Mwanda Benzina Idaho, says The absence of her husband has forced her to claim the role of a father figure and being a mother at the same time, the toughest job she had to do for the past 25 months.
Please let my husband leave your country. He is not a citizen of your country. He is just there. Can you please let him go so that he can move on with his life? We have his kids here. They don't want to keep seeing their dad over there in Sierra Leone. Please provide him with a travel document or temporary travel document. You accepted him into your country with the temporary emergency travel document. Why is it so difficult for you to release him, to let him go? It's like he's permanently being locked away from his family. Please don't let him die over there. Kids, not the same.
Please let our dad come home.
Please let him come home.
Saren is a father of 2 boys, Noz Idaho, a 16-year-old teenager, and 12-year-old Zizi Idaho in his pre-teens. He complains that his health condition has become so serious that he had 3 blackouts within the last 1 month, adding that he sustained a head injury during the recent blackouts.
Can't eat. It's really very, very painful. I just don't know what to do. I spend a lot of money on medications. I blacked out the other day. If somebody didn't come in here knocking, I would never have woken up. I need help. I just want to please go home, go to my country. They tell me, let IOM ship you out. I said, fine. They tell me, let us give you a temporary travel document. I said, fine. What else do they want me to do? I need help. My children are too young. My wife is suffering. Spending money I don't have. Please help me. Help me. Mr. President, I'm begging you, please help me.
The government of Sierra Leone needs to do something because it seems like the health complication of Mr. Idaho is progressively degenerating. Salif Jarno Kamara, AYV News in Freetown.
Civil Peace Service Network celebrates International Peace Day in Makeni. This network comprises of several civil societies in the north. The theme for this year's celebration is Action for Peace in Times of Corona. Augusta Ethel Ture reports.
This network was comprised of certain civil society organizations that are funded by Bread for the World and Agiamando. Among other things, the network is created to prevent conflict in communities. On this day, several activities were done to observe the day at the University of Makeni. Salema Tukonte, a member of this network, speaks on the importance of this day.
Today we are here because we want to celebrate the International Day of Peace. And the International Day of Peace, every year we have been celebrating it as a network, the Civil Peace Service Network. The Civil Peace Service Network comprises of different organizations in the whole country, taking into consideration the North, the South, the East, and even the West. We have organizations that are being funded by Agiamando. These are donors. They are in Germany and they are part of the Catholic Church, and we also have Bread for the World, which is part of the Protestant Church. These are donors that have been supporting this organization.
Dr. Alex Chimange is consultant Civil Peace Service.
Peace, as we know it, is not only the absence of violence, it is also the harmony that you have in your heart. We strive for the young ones to foster peace in order for development to reign, and also for them to find employment and to be progressive in life.
Reverend Paul Kago expressed his mood on this celebration.
We see our country, the importance of being in peace. Why Sierra Leone should be in peace. We catalog some issues that were so salient, they were so important. And I was able to capture certain things. I earlier on said one of the problems that we are experiencing in Sierra Leone, that we don't have a strong peace is because of historical grievance.
Mary Awatoye was keynote speaker for this occasion.
Some of the advice I gave to the audience is that when we talk about discrimination, human rights issue, is about three. I look at the methodology we use in training in gender action learning system. Gender, we look at it as the love relationship between people. You can be a man and a woman, you can be colleagues at work, you can be a family relationship, it can be romantic relationship, but there should be love.
For AYV Primetime News in Makeni, I am Augusta Etel-Tuye reporting.
Government has implored several measures to curtail COVID-19 in the country, some of which were met with stiff resistance, thereby causing commotion among the populace. Getting rid of the disease have led to a lot of stressful events. Therefore, Civil Peace Service Network, Sierra Leone, have celebrated this year's International Day of Peace, focusing on action for peace in times of COVID-19. George Philip Jambawaina reports from Bo City, where the event took place.
Sierra Leone registered the first case of COVID-19 on the 31st of March 2020. The country's economy had to experience a sluggish growth, and this paralyzed several institutions in the country, including the area of education. This was as a result of some of the measures like lockdowns, night curfew, ban on public gathering, and more actions taken by government to get rid of the disease.
We are able to introduce what we call lockdown. Some parents lost their jobs, and able to provide food for the children at the most important. So that is another aspect. Some we are no longer going to school, and we are really exposed, especially the downside. Some became pregnant, some were sexually abused, and all of that kind of stuff.
As one of the law enforcement bodies in the country, the police were sometimes confronted by people while executing their duties, ensuring that COVID-19 regulations are adhered to.
When they enforce the law, we play the match. Most of the time, there is any prosperity. They say that we don't make it go. And sometimes they defend.
Challenges like joblessness, insecurity, restriction of people's movement, and several others emanating from the presence of COVID in the country led to disunity in many homes and communities. Hence, Civil Peace Service Network Sierra Leone has brought these people together to talk about actions for peace in times of Corona as they celebrate this year's International Peace Day in Bo City, observed on the 21st September every year.
There are people who are very much against the measures the government are putting in place to stop the spread of the virus, and other people they think it's very important that these measures are in place. And these people sometimes they really start to fight because they are not able to find a common ground.
But how can peace be harvested and maintained in times of crises like COVID-19?
As a nation, we need all hands on deck to develop a roadmap for socio-political and economic growth. Hence, a call for change of behaviors, attitude, and practices for a peaceful Sierra Leone.
The network, sponsored by Arjemundu and Broth for the World, emphasized the importance of peace. George Philip Jambuwai, AYV, Bo.
And in sport, Sierra Leone female under 20 has completed their 11 days training in Bo City. According to the head coach, Victor Conte, the training was well organized and they are ready for their clash against Guinea in the FIFA Female World Cup qualifiers. Our sports reporter Michael John Fofana has more.
In a bid to add quality and accelerate their training intensity, the team left Freetown with a 35-man delegation, 25 players and 11 officials on the 11th of September 2021 for 11 days camping and training in Bo City. According to the Sierra Leone Football Association Facebook page, this is part of their preparation for the forthcoming FIFA Women's World Cup qualifiers. The female under-20 is set to play against their Guinea counterpart on the 25th September 2021 in Senegal. According to the head coach for the female under-20, Victoria Conte, the training has been comprehensive with added value of player skills. Added that this is a bid to make them know their responsibilities as players and increase the quality of their skills and pace. During the campaign, the team trained twice daily, inclusive of evening lectures and friendly matches. Michael John Fofana, AYV Sports, in Freetown.
Well, that's all for Primetime News tonight. For more stories, visit our website on www.ayvnews.com. If you have any comments on the news, please send an email to info@ayvnews.com. I am Alanko Lukolia. Thanks for watching and listening.
You're watching AYV Television.
Oh my God.
Timo! What's wrong with the club? I don't go that you don't go there. You see that they see me. And when? Not tell you for me, neither Palabo, what they are facing. Yeah? Me not